Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Uh, Today we'll be seeing various operators in Python. Before getting into the operators, let us see the basic print statement in Python. Here I've initialized a variable named age with 28 and name as Karthik. So when I'm printing this, the simple print statement, it's like in Python 2.7 there was no need of these round brackets, but in Python 3.7 and above, this is required. So this is how the print statement works. I have simply written in double quotes, my name is %s. %s resembles a string which I'll be fetching from the variable name, and my age is %d. %d resembles the integer value. So this is how you fetch the values in print statements. The other way to do is using the curly braces without writing any format specifier like %s or %d. What I can do is, my name is, you write a curly brace, and my age is again a curly brace, and you simply make use of this dot format. Dot format will automatically fill in the values according to the like whatever you pass in this format. So the first value which is in name will be given to this curly brace, and the second value here, age, would be given to this curly brace. So this is how print statement works in Python. Again, here there is one example, so I'll execute these statements for you. So here my name is Karthik and my age is 28. Again, this would print the same. These are two different versions of print statements in Python. You can use any one of them. Again, here YOG is the year of graduation. So my name is this and my year of graduation is this. So this is how print statement works in Python. Let's move on to escape sequences. So say for instance you want to print something in the first line and something in the second line. So to do that you need to make use of this \n. So the contents before \n will be printed in the first line, and the contents after this would be printed in the second line. This is what is printed here. Again, \t is for tab. Tab means it would give you a space between those two, like before and after. So this is how it looks like. Hey tab Karthik. So this would be a space. Now \r, what it does, it removes the content which are before \r and prints only the content which are after it. And \b is for backspace. It would like delete one, like what is the basic purpose of backspace? It removes one thing, right, one character. So that is what it did. So from here y was removed, and then everything was printed accordingly. So these are some escape sequences. Next is taking input from the keyboard, that is asking the user to give an input. Say for instance you are like finding the area of a say for instance circle. So you would need a radius, right? Now if you fix the radius, say for r equals to 2, the answer would always be like pi into r square. So whatever the value of r you have given, that would be the answer any number of times you execute your program. But if you want that program to be useful for everyone, or for instance everyone should be using that program, so you need to ask them what radius they want to pass. Someone may want 3 as the radius, someone may want 300 as the radius. So this is what is taking the input from the user, and in order to do that you have this function named input. Now what actually happens is, say for instance I say write z equals to input. What happens is, when I run this, there is a text field. Keep in mind, this is a text field. Whatever I write here, be it a string or a integer, for instance I'll write 2 3, like 1 2 3, right? Now if I write this is okay, but what if I print z? What happens? this is what happens. Single quotes. This is what I wanted to like demonstrate here. Whenever you give an input or you make use of this input function, whatever you write, be it a string or be it an integer, the input function will always consider the input as a string. So this 1 2 3 here is not an integer, it is a string. Now when I want the radius of a circle, that would be an integer value or a float value for that matter. So you need to convert that string into a float or an integer. This is what is done here. I want an age of a person. Now age won't be a string, right? It has to be an integer value. So this is what is called typecasting. I have converted the input to an integer. Now what happens here is I'll ask. Now this is what gets printed. In the input you can pass a message. So message is printed here, enter your age, and a text field is given. Now here when I am entering a value, this value would be a string. That string will then be typecasted using integer. So finally the value that would be stored in A would be an integer value. Right, now when I print A, like for instance here it is done here. His age is, and I have fetched the value from A. So his age is 28. This is an integer value, right? If you need to check, you can check it. This is without single quotes. This is integer. If you want to check it again using the type of A, you can do that also. You'll get to know the value is integer value. So this is what you need to keep in mind. Whenever you take an input from the keyboard, it is always a string that would be given as an input. You need to convert it as per your requirements. So let us move ahead. These are some of the examples. So here there is an input saying enter the name of the figure. You are storing that in name, so you enter the name of the figure saying rectangle. Then you have taken the length. Length has to be an integer, hence you have typecasted it. The length is being here. Again breadth, again it is being typecasted. So 4 and 5 are the length and the breadth, and area is length into breadth. Finally you print it, the area of the name of the figure. So the area of the rectangle having length 4 and breadth 5 is 20. This is a simple example demonstrating how you need to take the input from the user and to use it. Next, let us move on to the operators, which are very much important here. Now you might have like seen this forward slash. This is a division operator, right? When I say A divided by B, A slash B, the output that I get, I'll do it separately here. I put some value in A, say 40, and I put some value in B, say 3. And when I say A by B, the output is a floating point value. Single slash is a floating point value, whereas when I put another slash, this is what is called integer division. It will give me only the integer part. It would skip the floating point value. So when I run this, I only get 13. So this is the major difference between a single forward slash and a double forward slash. Single forward slash is purely for the floating division, while the double slash is for the integer division. On the other hand, you have this percent symbol which represents modulus division, which gives you the remainder. 41 divided by 3, what's the remainder? The remainder is 1, because 39 is the perfect number divisible by 3, so hence the remainder is 1. So these are the three operators that you need to keep in mind. Forward slash is for floating division, double forward slash is for integer division, percent is for remainder. Now let's see this. This is one. You check whether the number is true or false. So you can do it using a bool. What exactly happens here is 0 is always treated as false and 1 is always treated as true. In fact, any number other than 0 is treated as true. So that was the reason I kept it here. You can see it. Next, in operator. This is very much important. It is similar to the in operator which you use in SQL. Here what I have done is I have BR is a variable which will contain only two values, either true or false. What I have written here is good in this is a good book. What will be checked? Whether this string which is good is present in this string or not. If it is present, then it would be BR will be storing true, and if not, BR would be storing false. Now for instance, what I'll do is I'll execute it separately. Here I say BR equals to good in this book is good, so I'll print BR. Now what does BR print? It is true. Now what I'll do is instead of good I'll write bad. This is false, right? So in operator purely gives you the output whether something is present in something or not. So it would be either true or false. Now in this case it is true. So for true, what I have done, I have written a simple if statement saying if BR is equals to true. This is not assignment operator. This is checking for whether true is present in BR. We are not assigning true to BR. We are checking whether BR has the same value as true. So if BR is true, which is the case in our case, we print the string contains the substring. This is what happened here. I executed. What if I do this bad and I've written a condition for BR equals to true. Similarly, I need to write a condition for false. Now I know if the string is not true, it would surely be false. So what you can do is you can simply write an else statement without the condition. The string does not contain the substring, right? So here the output should be the string does not contain the substring, because we have written bad in this is a good book. So bad is not present in this string, hence false statement would be executed. Again, the where exactly this in operator could be useful is for many people who handle the servers or the network administrators in a company or in any organization. They need to block the access to some website through their network. So what they do is they create a list of sites they need to block. So here I have created a list. This is a list because I have started it using a square bracket. So blocked is the list which contains the name of the websites that I need to block. So these are few websites that I have written here. Now what I have done here is if some websites, so if this in blocked print access denied. Now if this site is present in blocked, you need to deny the access, and if not, you give the access. So that is what I have written, access granted. So here what we see is www.crics.com. Now this is not present in the blocked list, hence access would be granted. Just for instance, I change it to CRIC, access denied. This is what usually happens. The URL to which you are going is fetched and is written here to check whether this URL that you are accessing is present in the blocked list or not. If it is present, the access will be denied, and if not, the access would be granted. So this is the use case of in operator. Moving on, let us see the is operator, the last operator here. So I have initialized A with 23, B with 23. So BR is equal to A is B. You need to check whether the value in A is the same as the value in B. Here 23 is 23, that is true. But what if I make this 24? This is false. 23 is not 24. Hence this is the purpose of is operator, just to check for the equality, whether the two variables are equal or not. So this was all about operators, the major one comprising of the in operator and floating division, integer division, and taking input from the user. Hope you have enjoyed it. We'll meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.